already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to some Black Ops 4. We got some firing range hardpoint. Actually, it's firing range night. I guess it's kind of a new addition of the map, but hey, we have this in the background for you today, so I hope you guys do enjoy that in the background. Absolutely close game, you know, hardpoint. I don't usually play a lot of pubs hardpoint. It's usually control. But hey, enjoy it nonetheless. But today, like the title says, I wanted to talk about specialists. Now, if you guys don't know what specialists are, they're basically, I don't want to call them overpowered weapons or abilities, but that's basically what they are. They're overpowered, you know, weapons, abilities, and overall just stuff you can use in the game that you get, you know, a couple times or so per map. And I kind of want to talk about it. If you guys remember back to Black Ops 3, or I guess even Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was the first game that had like a advanced movement game, right? Then it went to Black Ops 3 where there was more advanced movement, plus they introduced specialists. Now specialists back then, you know, it was the first time we ever saw something like this in Call of Duty, right? There was the big ones like Heat Wave, Active Camo, Reactive Armor, you know, just stuff like that. And, you know, obviously they were overpowered for what they were, but you only got them, you know, 1, maybe 2 times a game. So it wasn't a huge issue, but when you had them, you know, it was always just kind of questionable of what you could actually do with them. So then leading into Infinite Warfare, which was, I guess, the third game of advanced movement, that they added payloads, which were basically the same exact thing, except for just called something different. And then you moved into World War II, where they took it down to the worst possible Call of Duty ever made. And now we're back with Black Ops 4, and specialists have returned. So let's go over them real quick. I'll have them popped up on screen so we can kind of go over what they do. But let's start with the first one, Battery. Now this one is called the Demo Expert. This guy has a War Machine, which is basically a grenade launcher, and a Cluster Grenade, which is a grenade that sticks to surfaces and releases several smaller grenades. So I'm going to kind of take it as if you don't know what you're talking about, even though you probably know what these are if you do play Black Ops 4. But Battery, this is in competitive this year. War Machine, I mean, I think you get it like 1, maybe 2 times a game, 3 if you're absolutely going off. But, you know, War Machine, it's a grenade launcher. I don't really know. I mean, personally, I would love to see if there was more, I guess, abilities rather than weapons, or at least, you know, less weapons or something. But I guess kind of the other argument for specialists or payloads or whatever is, are they competitive? One, you have, no, they're not competitive. They should not be in competitive. But then, you know, the pro players say, you know, they're not really competitive. We don't really want to play with them. But the fans love to see them. So obviously esports is nothing without their fans, and you know, every single ability and weapon, everything makes everything more exciting. I mean, that's just facts. Even though if you don't like them, it still creates more entertainment, and it creates some crazy plays shown perfectly by this last Call of Duty event, CWL Vegas. So Battery, although, you know, it's kind of cheesy with the War Machine. I personally hate the Cluster Grenade too. Just give me a regular frag grenade or Semtex. You know, I absolutely hate the Cluster Grenade, because as soon as you throw the grenade, it like has an initial like strike, and then it has those smaller grenades that will just clean you up. So if you're not using Flak Jacket around this, then you're absolutely screwed. Let's move on to the next one, is Torque. Now Torque is not in competitive for the main reason of it's the Defender, right? It has a barricade, which has like a Guardian type effect to it. So I think they call it like a microwave suppression or whatever in the game. Built-in microwave field slows and damages enemies. Only the owner can deactivate cover. So I don't really understand that last part, but it's basically just a riot shield that you just place down and you can't pick back up. Plus, with the addition of the kind of Guardian thing on it, I mean, it's just not competitive at all. Like, it's just a head glitch you could just place down in a hill. I'm glad that it's not in the game. Second part of this is the ability with the razor wire, which kind of does the same thing. You can't walk through it. As soon as you walk into it, it kind of hurts you like most of your health. And then if you don't get out of it right away, it hurts you again. And I believe it's a 3-shot kill. So it does give you time to kind of back out of it, but it slows you down and it just makes you like a sitting duck. And I'm just glad it's not competitive. The next one, we have Recon with Vision Pulse, which kind of explains itself. Vision Pulse, you can kind of see each other through walls. It's kind of got like a ping effect to it. And, you know, it's kind of hard to explain if you know, don't see it. And then Sensor Dart, it's kind of like a motion sensor. You know, you just place it down somewhere. It has a time limit. And, you know, it shows you guys the pings of enemies in that nearby circle. But this one, Vision Pulse, is in the game. However, I believe the Sensor Dart is banned, or people just don't use it because, you know, concussions or the stun grenade is a little bit more effective. But Vision Pulse, I mean, it's kind of broken because sometimes you don't see some players. Like, you'll get like a 4-person ping, and then you don't see the 5th person that could be like right next to you. So you have to be really looking around, but sometimes it doesn't pop up. So I feel like it's a little bit bugged, but hey, I mean, it's not crazy, but it's still obviously an overpowered specialist. This next one, Seraph. Now, this is a tactician. He has an Annihilator, which was from Black Ops 3 as well. It's basically a pistol that can one-shot you, or it does one-shot you. That's not can. It definitely does one-shot you. It has, like, I think 6 or 8 bullets to it, so you have, you know, 8 shots in the gun. Then you have Attack Deploy. Now, everyone was freaking out about this one, you know, before the game came out, where, you know, they thought this was going to be super broken. Well, it's not really. It's like not really a one life thing, but like you place it down and it's only like 5 respawns from that point. And it says a deployable beacon that allows your teammates to redeploy to the surrounding area. So you place it down, you know, in the tower of firing range. You know, you have the possibility of spawning up there relatively close. You can place it in a hard point, behind the hard point, to make sure you have, you know, spawns to the back. However, I don't know if this is actually allowed in competitive. I know Tac Deploy, I don't think ever gets used. At least I don't remember seeing it. So I don't know if this entire class is banned or if just nobody uses it because there's better things. Next one, Ruin. Now this one is kind of a fan favorite with the Grab Slam, which is a ground pound, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, you click it and it just ground pounds, you know, right in front of you. And, you know, if you spin, it can go a different direction, obviously. But, you know, it's just kind of like, it's exactly what it says it is. It's a grab slam. It's a ground pound. And it kills anyone that's nearby that isn't too far away. And then the second one, the grapple gun. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. If you've seen Fortnite, if you've seen anything to do with a grapple gun, it's the regular grapple gun. You shoot it at a wall or at a tree or whatever, and it grapples you to it. Now, there is you know, a grapple, like, reach limit and stuff like that. But, you know, if you use grapple and grab slam together, it creates for highlight plays, obviously. So the fan interaction with it is absolutely great. You know, Karma from Optic Gaming is absolutely fantastic with it. And, you know, he creates a lot of highlight plays with Ruin. But then on to the next one, we have Crash. Now, this one was the healer. This is in competitive. I should mention Ruin is in competitive as well. But Crash, TAC 5 boost, which allows players to have 150 health, so excuse me, 200 health with 50 added to the normal 150. So it gives you a tiny bit of health for 1 life, and it kind of works and at whatever. So you could just, like, it's, you know, there's no range on it. It's just if you use it, as long as everyone on your team is alive, everyone gets it. But if you're coming off respawn and you haven't spawned in yet, it doesn't actually apply to you. So as long as your teammates, you know, are all alive and you use it, everyone gets it, which is good. But the second one, Assault Pack. Now this one, not a lot of pros use, I feel like. I don't know if they're just, again, like whatever I said earlier with they just find better things to use. This one basically just gives you, I think, full ammo and like FMJ or something. It looks like FMJ, but I don't know exactly what it does. But it gives you an extra score a little bit, and it's available to everyone on the team. So I don't know. I think it has like so many times you can like grab from it, but you place it down and you can grab, you know, all the ammo and whatever from it. But I don't see a lot of teams using that. I mean, usually it's just everyone just uses a stun, usually. So I mean, Crash does get used, but you know, the assault pack doesn't really. The next one, Firebreak. Now this one was a huge one in Black Ops 3 with the heat wave. This game, they changed a little bit, so there's the Purifier, which is the flamethrower that is stupid overpowered in this game. Along with the Reactor Core, which is kind of like heat wave, except for it goes through walls, which is why it's not in competitive. And it's just so stupid. If it was balanced and you walked into a room and did it and everyone in that room was affected, it would be better. But I don't know. It's just the way it is now is not competitive, because you could walk up to a hard point or a control point and you could blast people halfway through, you know, the hill, and it affects you, and it makes you so it can't heal for a little bit. So I'm glad it's banned in competitive. The next one, I'm glad this one's banned in competitive too. This one is Ajax. This one is the ballistic shield, which is a riot shield that has a machine gun on it that you can shoot through. Completely broken, by the way, and it has a certain ammo limit as well. With also the 9 bang, which everyone probably should know what this one is. It's a concussion that bangs 9 times. So if someone throws it, just say into the trailer, you know, where I'm about to be, you're screwed. Like, you can't move. If you have tac mask, it might affect you for a few seconds. But if you don't have tac mask, you might as well put down your controller, go get a snack, come back, and you'll probably still be stunned. Next one, Nomad. This one is banned in competitive for the reason that it's just broken with a K9 unit, which is an attack dog, and the mesh mine, which is like 2 things you shoot against the wall, and if you walk through it, you're dead, basically. So I'm glad that one's banned. I mean, it's just simple. It's just garbage. I think this is the last one. I think it's actually second to last, and probably the most you know, exciting one from this past weekend with CWL Vegas. But it is the Prophet class with the Tempest, which is an overpowered gun-ish thing. It's kind of like the same. It's like the Tempest from Black Ops 3, just a little bit different. And this one also has a seeker mine, or a seeker shock mine as they call it. So you throw out this little like half of an RC car thing, and basically it goes and stuns somebody. But it also allows you to press, I think it's X or whatever it is on PlayStation, like square or something. But it stuns you, and if you don't click it in time, you know, it affects you. It's basically just stuns you in one spot. You can't really move. I don't think you move it out at all, actually. But it's really stupid. I think that's banned in competitive. At least I don't see anyone using it. And again, that's kind of one of those things where a concussion is a little bit more useful. Now, this next one just came out, so I don't really have an opinion on it, mainly because I have never seen it used. But it's called Zero. Now, this one is a hacking and disruption class, where there's a thing called the Ice Pick, which is a powerful hacking device that disables and steals or destroys their equipment. So if you have like a sniper's nest or something in the air, it looks like it does that. Or if it's like a barricade, I don't really know exactly what it does, because like I said, I have not seen it. But the other thing is an EMP. So the EMP grenade is back in the game, and if you throw it into a hard point, it kind of does that. So the Ice Pick, I don't know if people are going to be using this, only because I don't really see it being more beneficial than the other classes. But I guess we'll have to wait and see to see this one used until I, you know, obviously see some gameplay or see, you know, pro use it or something. I don't really know how it's going to play out. But that is all of the classes, you know, specialists for this episode. I wanted to talk about them, kind of discuss if they were, you know, competitive or not, whether they were in competitive. And, you know, there's kind of a balance between, do we want them in competitive? No, but it makes the gameplay really exciting for the sheer fact that if you're, you know, a great player with, just say, if you're Karma from Optic Gaming and you're really good with the grapple and grab slam, it can be the difference between, you know, a clean 4 down off the, or I guess clean 4, maybe 5 down off the start of a game, or you know, a clutch play in search and destroy, or keeping someone out in control, or whatever it is. It creates those great plays where some players get really good at them and just know when to use them. So I don't know. I don't really think they're competitive, but I love seeing them used. I don't know if that really makes sense or not, but hey, let me know what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section below. What are your favorite specialists to use, favorite abilities, and all that fun stuff? Leave it down in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.